All right, we officially have a new quarterback in Cleveland. It's the man who started the past 2 weeks. It's Joe Flacco, officially signing to the Browns' 53-man roster after reverting back to the practice squad this week. Kind of a little story, kind of a joke after 2 starts with the Browns where he's looked really good. 38-year-old Joe Flacco off the couch in the wing column, looking really good at quarterback for the Browns, reverted back to the practice squad. Everyone was joking that Joe Flacco could go then sign with any other team right now, but he said he wanted to stay with the Browns, and he is signing a 1-year deal, but he's adamant this is not going to be his last season. He's saying he really wants to play again now next year, and it's a pretty lucrative deal for him. Lots of incentives for him and the Brownies, and look, this is a season from hell for the Browns, or what's felt like a season from hell. The entire team has been injured. They're now on their 4th starting quarterback, but they're sitting at 8-5, locked into that wild card spot, and it would take a lot for this team, I think, to fall out of the playoff picture. And a lot of credit to Coach Kevin Stefanski. He's doing a lot with a little and going and making this move to get Joe Flacco off the streets, get him up to speed. And the Browns really only needed a competent quarterback play. That's been the biggest issue with this team all season long. We're talking about an elite defense for a good chunk of this year. They've been up and down recently, but still a very good defensive unit. But Deshaun Watson was really bad for half of the games he played. Then he gets hurt. He doesn't want to play. Then he's out for the season. PJ Walker, statistically the worst quarterback in the NFL this year. The most missed open throws of any quarterback. And you can't have that in this Browns offense. This Browns offense is predicated on being efficient, being functional, handing the ball off, just making the throws, making the easy layups. And they felt like they couldn't have a quarterback do that. PJ Walker was awful. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he's a rookie. I can't expect him to do anything. He's not a highly touted pick. He was pretty trash. And then he gets hurt. They're not going back to PJ Walker. They turn to Joe Flacco, and it's paying dividends. Flacco thrown for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns this past weekend. He's got 5 touchdowns in 2 games, just 2 interceptions. That's something that it kind of looks like prime Joe Flacco, man, back in those Baltimore Raven days. He's been awesome for them. And, the completion percentage is what it is. It's below 60%. That's not good. But I can't expect much from Joe Flacco, who's 38 years old, who is sitting on the couch. What I need him to do is hit throws, get explosive plays, make teams have to cover you downfield. They have a decent group of weapons. David Njoku has had a renaissance here under Flacco. Amari Cooper not getting as much love as he needs to, but Elijah Moore, a guy who wasn't getting any of the rock, had that connection with Flacco back in New York last season, and it's paying dividends for the Browns. And now it feels like the defense is more inspired. Now, there are injuries all over this team, literally everywhere. The offensive line is a patchwork. We know they lost Nick Chubb week 2. The defense, Myles Garrett's playing with one arm. They're losing safeties, corners, everybody left and right, but they're still starting to hold it together. And like I said, they're in firm control of that wild card spot in 8-5. And the schedule's not that difficult. Schedule's not that difficult for the Browns. Got the Bears this weekend. Bears playing good ball. Houston, that's an interesting game. But the Jets, I don't trust the Jets. And then you're going to take it at the Bengals. Bengals are playing well, but you're going to take Jake Browning versus Joe Flacco in that last game if you need it to get into the playoffs. So it's a very reasonable schedule for the Browns. And there's good incentives here for Flacco. $75,000 for every regular season win he scoops up. $250K for the wild card. $500 for the division. Give my man a cool $1 million if he somehow gets the Browns to the first Super Bowl, and then tack on another 2 if he can bring home the Lombardi to Cleveland. It's a long shot for the Browns, but I kind of like the way they're trending, and this is a team that has the right quarterback, that feels like they're making the right moves. The Deshaun Watson trade's going to go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history because they don't need a guy like that. They need consistency. They need a guy who's reliable. I honestly can't believe they made a move for a guy like that. The owner likes to get involved. He likes to be splashy. Drafting Johnny Manziel because a homeless man told him to. Kind of bonehead moves like that. Get this team behind. They got to fight those innate Brown urges to not be the Browns. This has been the worst franchise in the NFL since joining back in 1999 after a few-year hiatus. They got to fix these things. You need solid quarterback play. You don't need a Deshaun Watson was really good, missed a whole year, has crazy off-the-field allegations, dealing with all this extra stuff, and honestly, feels like he doesn't even want to play football really anymore. He got his $230 million fully guaranteed. He doesn't have that drive. He ain't that guy. Clearly, he ain't that squeaky image that Dabo gave us while he was at Clemson. So this is the kind of quarterback you need. Maybe a Kirk Cousins who's hitting the free agent market this upcoming season. Guys who are stable, make throws, maybe not the best quarterbacks, maybe not going to elevate your team, but they're not going to hurt your team, and they're going to make plays when there are plays there to be made. And that's all this Browns team needs with this Jim Schwartz defense. I like this Browns team a lot moving forward. Think they get into the wild card, and there's not a damn soul in the AFC playoff who wants to play this Browns team, because none of those teams in the AFC playoff are reliable at all. At all. I don't trust anybody in the AFC playoff right now, so it feels super wide open for me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you a fan of Joe Flacco? Could you have predicted his resurgence? Do you think the Browns are a sleeper team to go on a run here? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. New sports content every single day. If you want to support me more, hit that join button. Join the channel memberships. You get access to all sorts of exclusive content, early access to videos, exclusive live streams, badges, emojis, stuff like that to use throughout the season. Really helps me out a lot, helps me keep making all this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.